Hi, welcome to the second video on building on your multiplication facts. So now that students have mastered the 1 digit by 1 digit, can multiply multiples of 10 with 1 digit numbers, where you want to lead the thinking would be on multiplying a 2 digit number by 1 digit numbers. So numbers such as 36 times 3, right? So you have your 2 digit number by your 1 digit number. The thinking that you want for this, the whole purpose of multiplying a 2 digit by 1 digit really is that students could do this mentally. It's a two-part problem, and you'd want to attach it to their memory. You want to have this as a mental math problem, really. So using the same thinking that you use when you first learn your basic multiplication facts, looking at multiplication as the area of a rectangle and basing it on what you know when you multiply a multiple of 10 with a single digit number, you should be able to extract what happens here. So the strategy you want to talk to kids about is, well, really 36 times 3 is the equivalent of having a rectangle that would have one side of 3, the smaller side being 3, and the longer side would be 36. Okay? So is 36 an easy number to tackle? Well, probably not. How would you break it down to make it into parts that you know what happened? What is 36 as a number, really? So 36 is the same as 30, and then the second part would be 6, right? So now you have two smaller rectangles within the bigger rectangles. And I know my dimension is not proportional, but I can talk about that with students. This is just a model to get your thinking in, okay? I'm not creating a window. That's not what I'm doing. I'm exactly doing a rectangle with which I will find the area. That's very important. I'm not making a box. I'm not separating a box. I'm not breaking down a box. I'm creating a rectangle that has two sides. Each side have a different length. And I'm breaking down the lengths to make them more manageable for me, to build on what I already know. So the previous video we looked at how to multiply one digit number with multiples of 10. So kids should know what 3 times 30 is. And that would be 9 tenths, or 90. And students should know what 3 times 6 is. So this rectangle, in theory, should have a length of 3 here and 6 on that side. And that would give you an area of 18. So now what students need to find is the area of the entire rectangle, because that's what the problem is asking, the area of the entire rectangle that has one side 3, one side 36. Putting it together should be done mentally, but again, if students need this model first before they attach it mentally, telling their brain what they need to think about, then you let them do this very important step into developing your mental capacity. 90 and 18 would be your 108. Okay? So that is the model that you want to use to multiply any 2-digit number by 1-digit number. I'll show you another example. And again, very important to talk about the rectangle and its dimensions. So the next problem we'll use larger numbers just to show the same thinking apply. So 56 times 7. Okay, so here again we have this rectangle. One side measures 7, one side measures 56. How can you break down 56 in parts that you know? 56 is the same thing as 50 plus 6, right? So now I have two smaller rectangles within my larger rectangle. Well, what's 7 times 50? I should know that. That's 7 times 5 tenths. That's 35 tenths, or 350. And 7 times 6, derived from my multiplication facts, that's 42. Okay? So if students can't do this as quick as I'm doing this, they're not ready to multiply 2 digit by 1 digit. They still need to go back and just review their basic multiplication facts. So when they put these things together, they need to think 350 plus 42, that's 392. Okay? Very important for students to tackle all kinds of different problems that will reinforce the multiplication fact that they learned using a model that they can easily put into mental math. So again, when you're multiplying 2 digit by 1 digit number, you always want to make sure students can multiply a single digit by a multiple of 10. Very important step, that was a previous video. And know their basic multiplication facts, because those are the two skills necessary to be able to multiply a 2 digit by a 1 digit number. Thank you. Have a great day.